Hello there, and welcome to Cosmic Dreams Universe. Tonight we continue our journey into the hidden world of the human mind. As you settle comfortably, allow your breathing to slow. Let your shoulders relax. Let the weight of the day gently drift away. There is nothing you need to do right now, except listen. One fascinating psychological discovery is that your brain is constantly predicting the future. Not years ahead, not even days ahead, but seconds ahead. Every moment, your brain tries to guess what will happen next. It predicts the next word in a sentence, the next step while walking, the next movement of a familiar object. These predictions help you move through life smoothly. Without them, the world would feel slow and confusing. In many ways, your experience of reality is partly a prediction generated by the brain. Another surprising fact is that people often remember how they felt during an experience more than the experience itself. Psychologists call this the peak end rule. When looking back on an event, the brain pays special attention to the emotional peak and the ending. This means a vacation, conversation, or even an ordinary day can be remembered very differently depending on how it ended. The mind does not always measure life objectively. Instead, it creates stories. Stories shaped by emotion, stories shaped by memory, stories shaped by meaning. Your brain is also highly influenced by familiarity. The more often you encounter something, the more likely you are to like it. This phenomenon is known as the mere exposure effect. A song you hear repeatedly often becomes more enjoyable. A face seen regularly feels more trustworthy. A place visited frequently begins to feel comfortable. The brain often interprets familiarity as safety, and safety feels good. Another remarkable discovery is that your mind notices threats faster than rewards. This tendency helped our ancestors survive. Missing a danger could be fatal. Missing a pleasant opportunity was usually less serious. As a result, the human brain developed a slight negativity bias. Negative experiences often feel stronger than positive ones. Critical comments can linger longer than compliments. Small worries can attract more attention than small successes. Yet becoming aware of this tendency can be empowering. It reminds us that the mind is not always showing reality exactly as it is. Sometimes it is simply trying to keep us safe. Psychologists have also discovered that smiling can influence mood. Even a gentle smile may activate neural pathways associated with positive emotions. The effect is not magical, but it demonstrates the close relationship between body and mind. Thoughts influence feelings. Feelings influence the body, and the body can influence feelings in return. The connection flows both ways. Another fascinating fact is that people often underestimate how much others notice them. This is known as the spotlight effect. Because we experience life from our own perspective, we naturally focus on ourselves. As a result, it can feel as though everyone else is paying close attention to our mistakes. In reality, most people are focused on their own lives, their own concerns, their own thoughts. The spotlight is usually much smaller than we imagine. For many people, this realization brings relief. It allows them to relax, to worry less, and to move through life with greater freedom. Your mind also loves unfinished stories. Psychologists call this the Zeigarnik effect. Unfinished tasks often remain active in memory. Completed tasks tend to fade more quickly. This is why an unanswered question can stay in your thoughts, why an unfinished project can keep returning to mind. The brain likes closure. It likes completion. It likes resolution. And until resolution arrives, it often keeps the story open. As you continue listening, notice how calm your breathing has become. Slow, steady, comfortable. Your body is relaxing. Your thoughts are softening. And deep within your mind, countless fascinating processes continue quietly in the background, working, predicting, remembering, protecting, creating the experience you call reality. And with every passing moment, you drift a little deeper into peace, a little deeper into stillness, a little deeper into sleep. Another fascinating psychological fact is that your brain pays far more attention to change than to stability. If something remains the same for a long time, your mind gradually stops noticing it. The feeling of your clothes against your skin, the sound of a fan in the background, the distant hum of everyday life. All of these slowly fade from awareness. This ability helps the brain conserve energy. Instead of processing everything equally, it focuses on what has changed, what might be important, what might require attention. In many ways, your reality is shaped not only by what exists, but by what stands out. Psychologists have also discovered that anticipation often creates more happiness than the reward itself. Planning a vacation, looking forward to a celebration, waiting for good news. These experiences can activate powerful, positive emotions before the event even arrives. The mind enjoys possibility. It enjoys imagining favorable outcomes. It enjoys hopeful expectation. Sometimes the journey towards something feels just as meaningful as reaching it. Another surprising fact is that confidence can be contagious. When people observe someone acting confidently, their brains often respond positively, even if that confidence is not entirely justified. Humans naturally look for social signals. We use those signals to decide what feels safe, what feels trustworthy, and what deserves attention. This tendency influences conversations, relationships, leadership, and everyday decision-making. Your brain also struggles to distinguish vividly imagined experiences from real ones. When athletes mentally rehearse a performance, many of the same neural pathways activate as when they physically practice. This is one reason visualization can be such a powerful tool. The mind responds strongly to imagination. Sometimes a vividly imagined event can produce genuine emotional reactions, increased heart rate, excitement, calmness, even motivation. The brain treats imagination with remarkable seriousness. Another curious discovery is that people are often happier when their minds are focused on the present moment. Research suggests that wandering thoughts can sometimes reduce happiness, even when those thoughts are pleasant. The brain frequently travels into the future or revisits the past. Yet many moments of contentment occur when attention settles fully into the present. A conversation, a meal, a walk, a quiet evening, or perhaps this very moment as you relax and listen. Your mind is also influenced by the people around you more than you might realize. Emotions can spread through groups. Psychologists sometimes refer to this as emotional contagion. A smile can encourage another smile. Calmness can encourage calmness. Anxiety can spread just as easily. Humans are deeply connected social creatures. We constantly exchange emotional information, often without speaking a single word. This is one reason the company we keep can influence how we feel. The brain learns from its environment. It absorbs patterns, it adapts, and it responds. Another fascinating fact is that gratitude changes the way the brain processes experience. People who regularly reflect on things they appreciate often report greater well-being, greater resilience, and lower levels of stress. Gratitude shifts attention. Instead of focusing only on what is missing, the mind begins noticing what is already present, what is already meaningful, what is already good. This simple shift can have surprisingly powerful effects. Your brain also tends to remember beginnings and endings more clearly than middle portions. Psychologists call this the serial position effect. The first items in a list are often easier to remember. The last items are often easier too. The middle tends to fade. This pattern appears throughout life. Certain beginnings remain vivid. Certain endings remain unforgettable. The mind naturally highlights them. As you continue listening, notice how relaxed your breathing has become. Slow, steady, comfortable. The day feels farther away now. Your thoughts feel softer. And somewhere deep within your mind, billions of neurons continue their quiet work, creating memories, predicting outcomes, shaping perception, and helping create the experience of being you. For now, there is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to remember, nothing you need to solve. Simply listen. Simply relax. And allow yourself to drift a little deeper into calm. Allow your breathing to remain slow and comfortable. Let the outside world fade a little farther into the distance, and let your mind wander gently through the fascinating landscape of human psychology. One remarkable fact is that your brain is constantly filling in missing information. You may believe you see the world exactly as it is, but in reality, the mind is often completing the picture. Your eyes have natural blind spots, yet you rarely notice them. Your brain automatically fills the gaps, creating a seamless experience, a complete reality, without you ever realizing it. In many ways, the world you experience is a collaboration between what exists and what your brain expects to find. Another fascinating discovery is that people are surprisingly poor at predicting what will make them happy. Psychologists call this affective forecasting. We often imagine that achieving a goal, buying a certain object, or reaching a specific milestone will transform our happiness forever. Yet the emotional impact is usually shorter than expected. The mind quickly adapts. What once felt extraordinary becomes normal. This process is known as hedonic adaptation. It is one reason happiness often comes less from having more and more from appreciating what already exists. Another interesting fact is that your name activates unique areas of attention inside the brain. Even in a noisy room, surrounded by dozens of conversations, you can often hear your name immediately. Psychologists call this the cocktail party effect. Your brain continuously scans the environment, searching for information connected to you, your name, your interests, your concerns. Without conscious effort, the mind remains alert, quietly monitoring the world around you. Your brain is also highly influenced by expectations. If you expect something to be enjoyable, it often feels more enjoyable. If you expect difficulty, tasks may seem harder. Expectations shape perception. They influence emotion, and sometimes they even influence physical experiences. This is one reason placebos can be so powerful. Belief itself can change outcomes. The mind is not merely observing reality, it is helping create it. Another psychological fact is that people naturally seek consistency. Once we make a decision, we often adjust our beliefs to support it. The brain dislikes internal conflict. Psychologists refer to this as cognitive dissonance. When actions and beliefs disagree, discomfort appears. To reduce that discomfort, the mind often creates explanations, new perspectives, or revised beliefs. The goal is harmony. The goal is consistency. The goal is making sense of experience. Another curious discovery is that people tend to overestimate how much they understand complex topics. This phenomenon is called the illusion of explanatory depth. Something may seem simple until we attempt to explain it in detail. Then we suddenly discover gaps in our understanding. The realization can be humbling, but it can also be valuable. It reminds us to remain curious, to remain open, to keep learning, because knowledge is often deeper than it first appears. Your brain also responds strongly to novelty. New experiences activate attention. Fresh environments stimulate awareness. Unexpected discoveries capture interest. This tendency helped our ancestors survive. The unknown might contain opportunity or danger. Either way, it deserved attention. Even today, trying something new can refresh the mind. A new skill, a new place, a new perspective. Novelty wakes up the brain. It encourages growth. It encourages learning. And it reminds us that life still contains countless possibilities. As you continue listening, notice how your body feels. Heavy, comfortable, relaxed. The muscles of your face are soft. Your shoulders are loose. Your breathing flows naturally. There's nothing you need to remember, nothing you need to achieve. Only this moment, only this calm journey. And somewhere within the quiet workings of your mind, millions of fascinating psychological processes continue unfolding, guiding perception, shaping memory, influencing emotion, helping create the unique experience that is your life. And now, let us continue our journey. Imagine your thoughts becoming lighter, like clouds drifting slowly across a peaceful evening sky. There is nowhere to rush, nothing to solve, only the quiet wonder of the human mind. One fascinating psychological fact is that your brain is constantly searching for meaning. Humans are natural storytellers. When events happen, the mind immediately begins asking questions. Why did this happen? What does it mean? How does it connect to everything else? Even random events can feel meaningful when the brain creates a story around them. This tendency helps us understand the world, it helps us learn, and it helps us find purpose. Yet sometimes, the mind creates connections that exist only in imagination, not because it is flawed, but because it is designed to seek understanding. Another remarkable discovery is that emotions spread through memory. When you remember an event, you often reactivate some of the emotions connected to it. A pleasant memory can create comfort. A funny memory can create laughter. A peaceful memory can bring calm. The brain stores more than facts. It stores feelings. Experiences become woven together with emotion, which is why certain memories remain vivid for years, not because of what happened, but because of how they made us feel. Another curious fact is that people often remember unfinished stories better than finished ones. A mystery without an ending, a question without an answer, a story paused in the middle. These things linger in the mind. The brain naturally seeks completion. It wants the missing piece. It wants resolution. And until it arrives, attention remains attached. This simple tendency helps explain why cliffhangers are so effective, why mysteries feel compelling, and why curiosity can be such a powerful force. Your brain is also remarkably sensitive to faces. Humans are experts at recognizing them. In fact, The mind sometimes sees faces where none exist, in clouds, in rocks, in shadows, even on the surface of the moon. Psychologists call this pareidolia, a tendency to perceive familiar patterns in random information. The brain evolved to detect people quickly. Missing a face could mean missing important social information. As a result, the mind occasionally prefers a false positive over a missed opportunity. Another fascinating fact is that people often judge experiences by comparison rather than absolute value. A warm day feels hotter after a cold week. A quiet room feels quieter after noise. A small success feels larger after difficulty. The brain constantly compares, rarely evaluating things in isolation. This means context shapes perception, and perception shapes experience. In many ways, reality is relative, not only to what exists, but to what came before it. Psychologists have also discovered that people tend to remember emotionally charged experiences more vividly. Strong emotions signal importance. The brain responds by paying closer attention. This is why certain moments remain crystal clear years later. A meaningful conversation, an exciting achievement, an unforgettable surprise. Emotion acts like a highlighter, helping certain memories stand out from the thousands of ordinary moments surrounding them. Another surprising discovery is that your brain often prefers certainty over accuracy. Uncertainty requires energy. It creates discomfort. The mind naturally wants answers, even incomplete answers. Sometimes people cling to simple explanations because uncertainty feels difficult. Yet curiosity allows us to remain open, to explore, to learn, and to accept that some mysteries take time to understand. As you continue listening, notice how relaxed your body has become. The weight of the day continues to fade. Your breathing remains slow and steady. Your thoughts move gently through the background, like distant waves upon a quiet shore. There is no effort here, no pressure, only calm, only curiosity, only the peaceful realization that the human mind is one of the most extraordinary things in the universe. Billions of neurons, trillions of connections, working together every second, creating awareness, creating memory, creating imagination, creating the experience of being alive. And now, as your eyes grow heavier and your thoughts grow softer, allow your breathing to become even slower, even calmer. The night is quiet. Your body is relaxed, and your mind is free to wander through the hidden wonders of psychology. One fascinating fact is that your brain is constantly predicting other people's behavior. Every conversation, every social interaction, every glance. The mind quietly builds models of those around you, who they are, what they might say, how they might respond. These predictions help us navigate relationships. They help us cooperate, and they help us understand one another. Most of this happens automatically, far below conscious awareness. Another remarkable discovery is that humans are naturally drawn to stories. Long before books, long before movies, long before the internet, stories helped people pass knowledge from one generation to the next. The brain evolved to remember stories better than isolated facts. Stories contain emotion, conflict, resolution, meaning. They organize information into patterns the mind can easily understand. Perhaps that is why stories remain so powerful today. The human brain was built for them. Another surprising psychological fact is that your mood can influence what you remember. When people feel happy, positive memories often come to mind more easily. When people feel sad, negative memories may become easier to access. Psychologists call this mood-congruent memory. The emotional state of the present influences which parts of the past feel closest. It is almost as though emotions act like keys, unlocking different rooms inside the mind. Your brain also pays special attention to unfinished goals, a project left incomplete, a question left unanswered, a promise yet to be fulfilled. These things often return to awareness again and again. The mind dislikes loose ends. It seeks completion, closure, resolution. This tendency helped our ancestors remember important tasks, and it still influences daily life today. Another curious fact is that people often believe they notice more than they actually do. In famous psychology experiments, participants sometimes failed to notice surprisingly obvious changes happening right in front of them. This phenomenon is known as change blindness. Attention is limited. The brain cannot process everything equally. As a result, important details can sometimes escape awareness entirely. It is a reminder that perception is not perfect. Reality is larger than what we notice. Another fascinating discovery is that laughter is deeply social. People are far more likely to laugh with others than alone. In fact, many laughs occur not because something is extremely funny, but because laughter strengthens social bonds. It signals safety, friendship, connection. The brain treats shared laughter as something valuable, something worth repeating. Your mind is also influenced by the expectations of people around you. Psychologists have found that expectations can subtly shape performance. When teachers expect improvement, students often improve. When coaches expect success, athletes sometimes perform better. Belief influences behavior. Behavior influences outcomes. And outcomes often reinforce belief. The cycle continues, quietly shaping lives. Another interesting fact is that humans are naturally curious. The brain enjoys learning. It enjoys solving mysteries. It enjoys filling gaps in knowledge. Curiosity activates reward systems inside the mind, making discovery feel satisfying, making understanding feel rewarding. This drive helped humanity explore oceans, build civilizations, study the stars, and unlock countless secrets about the universe. Curiosity is one of the mind's greatest gifts. As you continue listening, feel your body becoming heavier, more comfortable, more relaxed. The day feels distant now, almost dreamlike. Your thoughts drift more slowly. Your breathing remains calm. And the fascinating machinery of the mind continues its endless work, creating meaning, creating memories, creating dreams, helping you navigate a world filled with wonder, and perhaps preparing you gently for sleep. A sleep where the brain will continue working, organizing memories, processing experiences, and creating the mysterious stories we call dreams. For now, there is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to think about. Only listen, only relax, only drift. And now, the night grows quieter, your breathing grows slower, and the hidden world of the mind continues to reveal its gentle mysteries. One fascinating psychological fact is that your brain spends a surprising amount of energy thinking about the future. Humans possess a remarkable ability called mental time travel. You can imagine tomorrow, next week, even years from now. The brain creates simulations of possible futures, testing outcomes, exploring possibilities, preparing for what may come. This ability helped our ancestors survive, and it continues helping us today. Yet sometimes, the mind becomes so focused on the future that it forgets the present moment. A reminder that while planning is valuable, living is something that happens now. Another remarkable discovery is that the brain loves habits. Habits save energy. Instead of making thousands of decisions each day, the mind automates many behaviors: brushing your teeth, locking a door, taking a familiar route home. These actions gradually become automatic. The brain creates shortcuts, allowing attention to focus elsewhere. Habits are powerful because they operate quietly, often without conscious awareness. Small routines repeated over time can shape entire lives. Another surprising fact is that humans tend to remember losses more strongly than gains. Psychologists call this loss aversion. Losing $20 often feels more powerful than finding $20 feels rewarding. The brain treats potential losses seriously. This tendency once helped protect valuable resources, but it can also influence modern decision-making. Sometimes, fear of losing prevents people from pursuing opportunities. Understanding this bias can help create better choices and greater awareness. Your mind is also deeply influenced by first impressions. Research suggests people often form initial judgments within seconds. These impressions are not always accurate, yet they can be surprisingly persistent. The brain enjoys efficiency. Quick conclusions save time and mental energy. However, they can sometimes hide important details. This is why taking a second look can be valuable. People are often more complex than first impressions suggest. Another fascinating discovery is that music has a unique relationship with the brain. A familiar song can instantly trigger memories, emotions, and vivid mental images. Music activates multiple regions simultaneously, areas linked to memory, emotion, movement, and attention. Few experiences engage the brain quite so completely. This may explain why certain songs remain meaningful for decades. They become woven into the story of our lives. Another curious fact is that people often adapt to circumstances faster than expected. Good fortune, challenges, success, disappointment. The mind gradually adjusts, returning toward its usual emotional baseline. This psychological flexibility helps humans remain resilient. It allows recovery, growth, and adaptation, no matter what changes occur. The brain continues finding ways to move forward. Psychologists have also discovered that kindness benefits both the receiver and the giver. Acts of generosity often activate reward systems within the brain, creating positive emotions, reducing stress, and strengthening social bonds. In many ways, the human mind seems designed for cooperation, for connection, for helping others. Even small acts of kindness can create effects that ripple outward far beyond what we see. Another fascinating fact is that your brain never truly experiences the world directly. Instead, it experiences electrical signals. Light enters the eyes, sound enters the ears, information travels through nerves, and the brain constructs a model of reality. Everything you see, everything you hear, everything you feel passes through this extraordinary process. The world you experience is one of the most sophisticated simulations ever created, generated continuously by billions of neurons working together. As you continue listening, feel your body becoming softer, heavier, more peaceful. The outside world feels distant now. Your thoughts drift slowly through the background, like leaves floating upon a calm river. There is nothing to chase, nothing to fix, nothing to accomplish. Only rest, only stillness, only the gentle realization that your mind is one of the greatest mysteries in existence. A universe contained within a single human brain. Complex, beautiful, endlessly fascinating. And now, as the night deepens and your eyes grow heavier, the night feels softer now. Your breathing is slow and steady, and somewhere in the quiet background of your mind, billions of neurons continue their endless dance. One fascinating psychological fact is that your brain is constantly searching for certainty. Uncertainty requires effort. It creates questions, possibilities, unknown outcomes. The mind naturally prefers clear answers, even when those answers are incomplete. This tendency helped our ancestors survive. Quick decisions often mattered more than perfect ones. Yet in modern life, some of the greatest growth comes from learning to sit comfortably with uncertainty. To accept that not every question needs an immediate answer. Not every mystery needs to be solved tonight. Another remarkable discovery is that people are often influenced by things they barely notice. A scent in the air, a color in a room, a subtle expression on someone's face. Tiny details can shape emotions and decisions without entering conscious awareness. The brain is always collecting information, always observing, always learning. Much of that process happens quietly behind the scenes, invisible, yet powerful. Another curious fact is that your expectations can influence your physical experience. When people expect a drink to taste better, it often does. When people expect relief, they sometimes feel relief. The connection between mind and body is stronger than most realize. Beliefs shape experience. Thoughts influence perception, and perception influences reality. The brain is not simply recording life, it is actively participating in it. Psychologists have also discovered that humans are naturally drawn toward familiar beliefs. This tendency is known as confirmation bias. The mind often notices information that supports existing views, while overlooking information that challenges them. This is not because people are irrational. It is because the brain values consistency. Consistency feels comfortable, predictable, safe. Awareness of this tendency allows us to remain curious, open-minded, and willing to learn. Another fascinating fact is that boredom can actually be useful. Modern life often encourages constant stimulation: screens, notifications, entertainment, information. Yet periods of boredom sometimes allow creativity to emerge. When the mind has space to wander, new ideas can appear, unexpected connections can form, solutions can arrive quietly. Many creative breakthroughs begin during moments when nothing appears to be happening. Another remarkable discovery is that people frequently underestimate their ability to adapt. When facing uncertainty, the future can seem intimidating, difficult, overwhelming. Yet, psychological research consistently shows that humans are far more resilient than they expect. Again and again, people face challenges, adjust, learn, and continue moving forward. The mind is remarkably flexible, remarkably resourceful, and remarkably strong. Your brain is also constantly searching for social signals, A smile, a tone of voice, a glance. Tiny details provide information about how others feel. Humans evolved in social groups. Understanding one another became essential. Even today, the mind remains highly sensitive to connection, to belonging, to acceptance. This sensitivity shapes relationships throughout life. Another interesting fact is that sleep itself plays a critical role in memory. While you sleep, the brain organizes information gathered throughout the day. Important experiences are strengthened, useful memories are preserved, connections are reinforced. In many ways, sleep is not simply rest, it is active maintenance, a period during which the mind quietly restores itself, which makes this moment particularly valuable. As you relax, as you drift closer to sleep, your brain prepares for one of its most important tasks: recovery, learning, renewal. As you continue listening, feel your body becoming heavier, your thoughts becoming softer, the world becoming quieter. There is nowhere to go, nothing to prove, nothing to accomplish. Only this peaceful moment, only this calm journey, only the gentle awareness that the human mind is filled with hidden wonders. Wonders that continue unfolding every second of every day. And now, as the night grows deeper and sleep draws closer, let us continue our journey. The night is quiet now. Your body feels comfortable. Your breathing is slow and effortless. And somewhere beyond conscious awareness, your mind continues its extraordinary work. One fascinating psychological fact is that people often remember emotions more clearly than details. Years after an event has passed, specific words may fade, certain facts may disappear, yet the feeling often remains. A warm conversation, a moment of laughter, a sense of peace, or a feeling of wonder. The emotional imprint can outlast the memory itself. This is one reason emotions play such an important role in shaping our lives. They help determine which experiences stay with us. Another remarkable discovery is that the brain constantly updates its understanding of reality. Every new experience provides information. Every conversation teaches something. Every observation adds another piece to the puzzle. The mind is never completely finished learning. It remains adaptable throughout life, building new connections, creating new pathways, expanding its understanding of the world. Psychologists call this neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change, to grow, to adapt. It is one of the most hopeful discoveries in modern science. Another curious fact is that humans naturally imitate one another. People often copy posture, speech patterns, facial expressions, and behaviors, usually without realizing it. This phenomenon helps create connection. It builds trust. It strengthens social bonds. In subtle ways, the people around us influence who we become, and we influence them in return. Your brain is also highly sensitive to novelty. New experiences activate attention systems throughout the mind. A new place, a new idea, a new skill. The unfamiliar captures awareness. It encourages exploration, and it encourages learning. This tendency helped our ancestors discover resources, avoid dangers, and adapt to changing environments. Even today, trying something new can make life feel richer, more vivid, more alive. Another fascinating discovery is that people often underestimate how much progress they have made. The mind tends to focus on distance remaining rather than distance traveled. Goals not yet achieved, tasks not yet completed, challenges not yet solved. Yet when we occasionally pause and look backward, we often discover growth we failed to notice. Skills developed, lessons learned, difficulties overcome. Progress is frequently more visible in hindsight. Your brain also pays special attention to surprises. Unexpected events create a spike in attention. The mind immediately asks questions. What happened? Why did it happen? Does it matter? Surprise interrupts routine. It awakens awareness, and it often becomes memorable. This is why unexpected moments frequently stand out so clearly in memory. Another remarkable psychological fact is that optimism can influence behavior in powerful ways. People who believe improvement is possible often persist longer, recover more effectively, and continue moving forward despite setbacks. Optimism is not ignoring reality. It is believing that positive outcomes remain possible, that effort matters, that tomorrow may bring opportunity. This belief alone can change actions, and actions can change outcomes. Psychologists have also discovered that humans possess an extraordinary capacity for adaptation. Things that once seemed impossible often become normal. New environments, new challenges, new circumstances. The mind gradually adjusts, finding balance, finding familiarity, finding a way forward. This ability has helped humanity survive for thousands of generations, and it continues helping people every day. As you continue listening, notice how peaceful everything feels. The room is quiet. Your body is resting. Your thoughts drift gently through the background, like distant clouds, like soft waves, like leaves floating across still water. There is no urgency here, no pressure, no expectation, only calm, only comfort, only the quiet realization that your mind is one of the most extraordinary creations in the known universe. A universe within a universe, filled with memories, dreams, ideas, emotions, and endless possibilities. And now, as sleep moves a little closer and the night grows a little deeper, the world outside grows quieter, the night feels deeper, and your mind drifts gently through the fascinating landscape of human psychology. One remarkable fact is that your brain is constantly looking for efficiency. Every day, thousands of decisions are made automatically. How you walk, how you speak, how you recognize familiar faces. The mind creates shortcuts whenever possible. These mental shortcuts are called heuristics. They help you move through life quickly. Without them, even simple tasks would require enormous effort. Most of the time, they serve us well, though occasionally they can lead to surprising mistakes. Another fascinating discovery is that people often believe their future selves will think differently than they do now. Psychologists sometimes call this the end of history illusion. Many people recognize how much they have changed in the past, yet they often underestimate how much they will change in the future. The truth is that growth continues throughout life. New experiences shape us, new relationships influence us, new knowledge transforms us. The person you become tomorrow is still being created today. Your brain is also highly responsive to rewards. Even small rewards can activate powerful motivational systems. Completing a task, receiving encouragement, achieving a goal, learning something new. These experiences trigger activity within the brain's reward pathways, helping reinforce behaviors that support growth and survival. This system quietly influences countless daily choices. Another curious fact is that people tend to overestimate how much others notice their mistakes. A small social error, a forgotten word, an awkward moment, these experiences often feel much larger from the inside than they appear from the outside. Most people are focused on their own thoughts, their own concerns, their own experiences. The mind places us at the center of our personal world, which can sometimes create the illusion that everyone else is paying more attention than they truly are. Psychologists have also discovered that expectations influence memory. If you expect an experience to be positive, your recollection may become more positive over time. If you expect difficulty, you may remember more challenges. Memory is not simply stored. It is interpreted, updated, and reconstructed again and again. Another fascinating fact is that humans are naturally drawn toward belonging. Throughout history, survival often depended on cooperation. Being accepted by a group offered protection, support, connection. As a result, the need to belong became deeply woven into the human mind. Even today, friendship, community, and meaningful relationships remain among the strongest predictors of well-being. Your brain values connection because connection helped our ancestors survive, and it continues helping us thrive. Another remarkable discovery is that the mind often fills silence with internal conversation. Thoughts flow continuously. Questions, memories, plans, reflections. This inner dialogue helps organize experience, solve problems, and create meaning. Yet there are moments, often during relaxation or meditation, when the conversation grows quieter. And in that quietness, many people discover a deep sense of peace, a feeling of simply being present, simply existing, without needing to think about what comes next. As you continue listening, perhaps you can notice that feeling now. No need to analyze, no need to plan, no need to solve. Just this moment, just this breath, just this calm awareness. Your body is comfortable, your breathing is steady, and your mind is gradually slowing down, like a river becoming still, like waves settling after a storm, like moonlight spreading across a quiet landscape. Another interesting psychological fact is that gratitude changes attention. The mind naturally notices problems, challenges, potential dangers, yet gratitude gently redirects awareness toward things that are already good, already meaningful, already present. The more often attention moves toward appreciation, the easier it becomes to notice beauty in ordinary moments. A comfortable bed, a peaceful evening, a kind word, a familiar voice. Small things, yet often the things that matter most. As our journey continues, allow your thoughts to drift freely. There is no need to follow every word, no need to remember every fact. You can simply float, simply rest, simply relax. The night is carrying you gently forward, and somewhere beyond conscious awareness, sleep is drawing closer, quietly, naturally, effortlessly. And now, the night feels peaceful now. Your breathing is gentle, your body is relaxed, and your mind is slowly drifting through the hidden wonders of human psychology. One fascinating discovery is that the brain often notices danger faster than safety. This ability helped our ancestors survive. A potential threat demanded immediate attention. A peaceful situation did not. As a result, the mind developed a natural tendency to scan for problems, for risks, for things that might need attention. This tendency is completely normal. It is part of the brain's ancient survival system. Yet it also means we sometimes overlook the many things that are already going well, the many moments of safety already surrounding us, the many reasons we can relax. Like this moment, right now, safe, comfortable, and calm. Another remarkable fact is that people are often influenced by the emotions of others without realizing it. Spend time with calm people, and you may begin to feel calmer. Spend time with optimistic people, and you may begin to feel more hopeful. The brain constantly absorbs social information, expressions, tone of voice, body language, energy. Humans are deeply connected creatures. We affect one another in countless invisible ways. Another curious psychological discovery is that the mind dislikes uncertainty more than difficulty. Many people would rather know a difficult outcome than remain uncertain about what will happen. The unknown creates tension. The brain wants clarity, it wants answers, it wants resolution. Yet life contains uncertainty. Always has, always will. And sometimes peace comes not from eliminating uncertainty, but from accepting it, trusting that whatever comes, you will meet it one step at a time, one breath at a time, just as humans always have. Your brain is also remarkably good at adapting to patterns. The more often something happens, the more familiar it becomes. And familiar things require less mental effort. This is why routines can feel comforting. Morning rituals, evening habits, familiar places, familiar voices. The brain enjoys predictability. It creates a sense of stability, a sense of safety, a sense of home. Another fascinating fact is that your memories are connected together like a vast network. One thought can trigger another. One smell can unlock a forgotten moment. One song can transport you years into the past. The brain stores experiences through associations, everything connected, everything linked, a giant web of memories stretching across a lifetime. Sometimes, a single detail can awaken an entire chapter of your past. Psychologists have also discovered that people are naturally more creative when relaxed. Stress narrows attention. Relaxation expands it. When the mind feels safe, it becomes more open, more flexible, more imaginative. This is often why solutions appear when we stop forcing them. During a walk, during a shower, or quietly resting before sleep. The brain continues working in the background, connecting ideas, exploring possibilities, finding answers. Another remarkable discovery is that sleep itself improves learning. While you rest, the brain strengthens important neural connections. Useful information becomes easier to recall. Skills become more refined. Memories become more stable. In a sense, learning continues even after conscious effort ends, which means that resting is not wasted time. Sleep is productive. Rest is valuable. Recovery matters. Your mind understands this, and your body understands this too. As you continue listening, feel yourself becoming even more comfortable, even more relaxed. The room around you feels quiet. The day feels distant. Your thoughts drift slowly through the background, like clouds moving across a moonlit sky. There is no need to hold on to them. Let them come. Let them go. Allow everything to soften. Allow everything to slow. Allow yourself to simply rest. Because tonight, There is nothing you need to accomplish, nothing you need to prove, nothing you need to solve. Only this peaceful moment, only this gentle journey, only the quiet rhythm of your breathing. Slow, steady, calm. And now, as sleep draws a little closer, let us continue our journey. The night grows deeper. Your body feels heavier. Your breathing feels slower. And somewhere beyond conscious awareness, your mind continues its quiet work. One fascinating psychological fact is that humans are naturally drawn to certainty and familiarity. When something is familiar, the brain often interprets it as safe. A familiar voice, a familiar place, a familiar routine. These things require less mental effort, less analysis, less caution. The mind relaxes. This is one reason certain songs feel comforting, certain memories feel warm, and certain places feel like home. Familiarity creates ease. Ease creates calm. And calm allows the mind to rest. Another remarkable discovery is that your brain is constantly creating predictions about the future. Every second, the mind estimates what might happen next. The next word in a sentence, the next step while walking, the next movement of a person nearby. These predictions happen automatically, without effort, without awareness. In many ways, the brain is less like a camera and more like a prediction machine, always preparing, always estimating, always helping you navigate the world. Another curious psychological fact is that people often confuse confidence with competence. When someone speaks confidently, others frequently assume they know what they are talking about, even when little evidence exists. The brain uses shortcuts. Confidence becomes a signal, a clue, a piece of information. Yet, true understanding often appears quieter, more thoughtful, more curious. The wisest minds frequently remain open to uncertainty, open to learning, open to changing their views. Psychologists have also discovered that attention works like a spotlight. Where attention goes, awareness follows. What you focus on becomes larger within your experience. A small concern can grow when attention remains fixed upon it. A pleasant moment can become richer when fully appreciated. Attention shapes reality, not reality itself, but your experience of it. This means that where you place your attention matters. It influences how life feels, how moments are remembered, and how emotions develop. Another fascinating fact is that the human brain loves progress. Even small signs of improvement can feel rewarding. A skill becoming easier, a habit becoming stronger, a goal moving closer. Progress creates motivation. The brain responds positively when it senses movement forward, which is why celebrating small victories can be surprisingly powerful. Small steps matter. Small improvements matter. Growth rarely happens all at once. It happens gradually, quietly, one moment at a time. Your mind is also remarkably sensitive to storytelling. Stories organize information into meaningful patterns: beginning, middle, end, challenge, resolution. Humans have used stories for thousands of years because the brain remembers them so well. Facts inform, stories transform. They create emotion, connection, meaning. And perhaps that is why every human life eventually becomes a story, a collection of moments woven together by memory. Another surprising discovery is that people often adapt more quickly than they expect. Challenges that seem overwhelming today may feel manageable months from now. New situations become familiar. New experiences become normal. The brain is designed to adjust, to learn, to recover, to continue forward. This flexibility is one of humanity's greatest strengths. As you continue listening, notice how calm everything feels. The room is quiet. The night is peaceful. Your thoughts move slowly, like clouds floating across a moonlit sky. There is no need to hold on to them, no need to chase them. Simply let them pass. Simply let them drift. Your body knows how to relax. Your mind knows how to rest. And sleep knows exactly how to arrive. Naturally, gently, without effort. As our journey continues, allow yourself to become even more comfortable, even more peaceful, even more relaxed. The day is behind you now. Tomorrow can wait. For this moment, there is only calm, only stillness, only the quiet wonder of being alive. And now, let us continue our journey. The night feels wonderfully quiet now. Your breathing is calm, your body is comfortable, and your mind is drifting gently through the hidden landscapes of human psychology. One fascinating discovery is that the brain rarely experiences the present moment exactly as it happens. There is a tiny delay, a fraction of a second. The brain collects information, processes it, interprets it, and then creates conscious awareness. What feels like the immediate present is actually a carefully constructed experience, a seamless illusion created so smoothly that we never notice the delay. Your mind is constantly working behind the scenes, transforming signals into reality. Another remarkable fact is that people often become what they repeatedly tell themselves they are. Psychologists call this self-perception. The stories we tell ourselves matter. A person who repeatedly thinks, "I can learn," begins behaving differently than someone who thinks, "I can't." Thoughts influence actions, actions influence outcomes, and outcomes reinforce beliefs. The cycle continues quietly throughout life. This is one reason kindness toward yourself can be so powerful. The voice inside your mind becomes part of the environment in which you live. Another surprising discovery is that humans are naturally future-oriented. Much of the brain's activity involves imagining future possibilities, planning, preparing, predicting, anticipating. Even when resting quietly, the mind often wanders into tomorrow. This ability helped our ancestors survive, yet it can sometimes pull attention away from the present moment. A reminder that while planning is useful, peace is usually found here, now, in this breath, in this moment, in this quiet night. Your brain is also highly sensitive to fairness. Experiments consistently show that people care deeply about fairness, sometimes even more than personal gain. Humans naturally notice balance, cooperation, justice. These tendencies helped social groups function successfully. The need for fairness became deeply woven into human psychology. Another fascinating fact is that your memories are influenced by your current emotional state. The mind does not simply retrieve memories, it reconstructs them. Each recollection passes through the lens of the present moment, which means memories can subtly change over time, growing softer, growing clearer, or taking on new meaning. Memory is less like a recording and more like a story continually being rewritten. Psychologists have also discovered that humans tend to underestimate how quickly emotions change. A difficult feeling often seems permanent while it is happening, yet emotions are constantly moving, constantly shifting, like weather patterns crossing the sky. Joy arrives, sadness arrives, frustration arrives, calm arrives, and eventually, each one passes. The emotional landscape is always changing, even when it doesn't feel that way. Another remarkable discovery is that curiosity reduces fear. When people approach something with curiosity, the brain often becomes more open, more engaged, less defensive. Curiosity transforms uncertainty into exploration. Instead of asking, "What if this goes wrong?" the mind begins asking, "What can I learn from this?" That small shift can change everything. Your brain is also incredibly responsive to hope. Hope influences motivation, persistence, resilience. It encourages people to keep moving forward, even when outcomes remain uncertain. Hope is not certainty. Hope is possibility. The belief that positive outcomes remain available. And sometimes, that belief alone becomes powerful enough to change behavior. As you continue listening, feel your body becoming heavier, more relaxed, more peaceful. The room feels distant. The day feels distant. Even your thoughts seem farther away now, moving slowly through the background, like stars drifting across a silent sky. There is nothing you need to understand, nothing you need to remember, nothing you need to do. Only rest, only breathe, only drift. And somewhere deep within your extraordinary mind, countless hidden processes continue working, quietly shaping experience, quietly creating awareness, quietly guiding you towards sleep. And now, as the night deepens, the night has become wonderfully still. Your breathing is slow, your body feels heavy, and your mind drifts peacefully through the hidden mysteries of psychology. One fascinating fact is that your brain is constantly creating a sense of identity. From childhood onward, the mind gathers memories, experiences, beliefs, preferences, and gradually weaves them into a story called me. Yet psychologists have discovered that this story is always evolving, always changing. The person you were 5 years ago is not exactly the person you are today, and the person you are today will continue to grow tomorrow. Identity is not a fixed object. It is a living process, a story that never completely stops being written. Another remarkable discovery is that humans are surprisingly influenced by small environmental details. The brightness of a room, the temperature of the air, the presence of natural light. Even subtle changes in surroundings can affect mood and decision-making. The brain is constantly responding to its environment, absorbing information, adjusting behavior, making countless tiny calculations without conscious awareness. Your surroundings shape your experience more than you might realize. Another curious psychological fact is that people often believe their thoughts are more visible than they truly are. When we feel nervous, embarrassed, or self-conscious, it can seem as though everyone around us notices immediately. Yet most people are focused on their own thoughts, their own experiences, their own concerns. The mind naturally places itself at the center of attention, even when the spotlight is much smaller than it feels. Psychologists have also discovered that humans possess a strong tendency toward optimism. Despite challenges, setbacks, and uncertainty, most people quietly expect things to improve. They imagine positive futures. They make plans. They continue investing in tomorrow. This natural optimism may have helped humanity survive. It encouraged exploration, innovation, and persistence. The belief that a better future is possible remains one of the mind's most powerful forces. Another fascinating discovery is that your brain constantly updates what it considers normal. Things that once seemed extraordinary eventually become familiar. A new home, a new job, a new skill, a new routine. The mind adapts again and again. This ability allows humans to thrive in changing environments. But it also means we sometimes forget how far we've come. What once felt impossible may now feel ordinary. What once felt distant may now be part of everyday life. Your brain is also deeply influenced by expectation. Researchers have repeatedly found that expectations shape experience. What we anticipate often changes what we notice, how we interpret events, and how we remember them later. Expectation acts like a lens, coloring perception in subtle ways, quietly influencing reality. Another remarkable psychological fact is that people often discover strength they never knew they possessed. Difficult situations can reveal resilience, adaptability, courage, qualities that remained hidden until they were needed. Throughout history, humans have repeatedly shown an extraordinary ability to endure, to recover, to rebuild. The mind is stronger than it sometimes appears, and far more flexible than most people realize. As you continue listening, notice how peaceful everything feels. Your body is relaxed. Your breathing is effortless. The room around you feels distant and quiet. Thoughts drift slowly through the background, without urgency, without pressure, without needing your attention, like clouds moving across a calm evening sky. There is nothing you need to solve tonight, nothing you need to finish, nothing you need to worry about. This moment belongs to rest. This moment belongs to stillness. This moment belongs to you. And somewhere deep inside your mind, millions of processes continue unfolding, creating memories, organizing experiences, preparing dreams, quietly guiding you toward deeper relaxation. And now, as the stars continue their silent journey across the night and sleep moves ever closer, the night feels softer now. The world beyond your room seems far away, and your mind drifts gently through the fascinating architecture of human thought. One remarkable psychological fact is that your brain is constantly searching for patterns. Throughout human history, pattern recognition helped our ancestors survive. The movement of animals, changes in weather, the location of food, the signs of danger. Recognizing patterns meant recognizing opportunity, and sometimes recognizing survival itself. Even today, the brain continues this ancient habit. It looks for connections, relationships, meaning. Sometimes we see patterns that truly exist, and sometimes the mind creates patterns simply because it prefers meaning to randomness. Another fascinating discovery is that people often feel emotions before they fully understand them. A sudden feeling of unease, a sense of excitement, a feeling of trust, or a feeling of caution. These emotional signals can appear before conscious explanation arrives. The brain processes enormous amounts of information beneath awareness. Sometimes it reaches conclusions long before conscious thought catches up. This quiet intelligence guides many everyday decisions, working silently in the background. Another curious fact is that your brain enjoys solving puzzles. Questions naturally create tension. Mysteries create curiosity. Unfinished stories pull at attention. The mind wants answers. It wants completion. It wants understanding. This is one reason humans are naturally curious. Curiosity rewards learning. Learning rewards survival. And survival shaped the architecture of the human brain. Psychologists have also discovered that people frequently underestimate how adaptable they are. When imagining future difficulties, Challenges often appear larger than they eventually become. Yet again and again, humans adjust, learn, adapt, and continue moving forward. The mind possesses remarkable flexibility, much greater than it often receives credit for. Another fascinating psychological fact is that memories become stronger when connected to emotion. An ordinary day may fade, but a meaningful moment often remains. The brain uses emotion as a signal, a way of marking important experiences, helping determine which memories deserve special attention. This is why some moments remain vivid for decades, while countless ordinary moments quietly disappear. Your brain is also constantly balancing efficiency and accuracy. It wants to understand the world quickly, but it also wants to understand it correctly. Sometimes speed wins, sometimes accuracy wins. The result is a mind that performs countless calculations every second, filtering information, making predictions, creating meaning, all without requiring conscious effort. Another remarkable discovery is that humans naturally compare themselves to others. This tendency helped our ancestors understand their place within social groups. Yet, comparison can be both helpful and challenging. It can inspire growth or create unnecessary pressure. Psychologists often suggest that the healthiest comparison is not with other people, but with the person you were yesterday. Growth becomes easier to recognize when viewed through that lens. Your brain is also deeply influenced by attention. Whatever receives attention tends to grow within awareness. A concern can feel larger when constantly examined. A pleasant experience can feel richer when fully appreciated. Attention acts almost like sunlight for the mind. What it shines upon becomes more noticeable, more detailed, more significant. As you continue listening, notice how little effort is required. Your breathing remains slow. Your body remains comfortable. Your thoughts drift naturally through the background, like stars scattered across a quiet sky. There is nothing to remember, nothing to analyze, nothing to solve. Only rest, only stillness, only the gentle realization that your mind is filled with hidden wonders, processes, patterns, memories, dreams, all working together to create the extraordinary experience of being human. And somewhere beyond conscious awareness, sleep continues drawing closer, patiently, gently, naturally. And now, as the night deepens further, the night has become wonderfully quiet. Your breathing is steady, your body feels relaxed, and your mind drifts peacefully through the hidden wonders of human psychology. One fascinating discovery is that the human brain is always telling a story. Every experience, every memory, every decision becomes part of an ongoing narrative, a story that helps explain who you are, where you have been, and where you might be going. Psychologists believe this internal story plays an important role in creating identity. It helps organize experience, it helps create meaning, and it helps transform separate moments into a life that feels connected. Another remarkable fact is that your brain often remembers unusual experiences more clearly than ordinary ones. A surprising event, an unexpected encounter, a moment unlike anything else. These experiences stand out because they break patterns. The brain notices novelty. Novelty captures attention, and attention strengthens memory. This is why extraordinary moments can remain vivid for years, while hundreds of ordinary days quietly fade into the background. Another curious psychological fact is that people often underestimate the power of small improvements. The brain naturally notices dramatic changes, big achievements, major events, large successes. Yet life is often shaped by tiny actions repeated consistently over time. A small habit, a small improvement, a small act of kindness. Over weeks and years, these tiny moments accumulate, creating results far larger than they initially appear. Psychologists have also discovered that the mind tends to simplify complex situations. Reality contains enormous amounts of information, too much for conscious awareness to process all at once. So the brain creates summaries, shortcuts, generalizations. Most of the time, this is useful, but occasionally, it causes us to overlook important details. A reminder that reality is often richer and more complex than it first appears. Another fascinating discovery is that people are surprisingly resilient after setbacks. Before difficult experiences occur, many individuals underestimate their ability to recover. Yet again and again, humans demonstrate extraordinary adaptability. They learn, they adjust, they continue forward. The mind possesses a remarkable capacity for healing. Not instantly, not perfectly, but steadily, patiently, one step at a time. Your brain is also deeply influenced by expectation and belief. What you anticipate often affects what you notice, how you interpret events, and how you feel about experiences afterward. This does not mean belief controls reality, but it does influence perception, and perception shapes much of daily life. The stories we expect often become the stories we notice. Another interesting psychological fact is that humans naturally seek purpose. People want their actions to matter, their experiences to mean something, their lives to contribute in some way. Purpose provides direction, motivation, resilience. It helps transform effort into meaning, and meaning often helps people endure challenges that might otherwise feel overwhelming. As you continue listening, notice how comfortable your body feels. The muscles in your face are relaxed. Your shoulders feel loose. Your breathing remains calm and effortless. Thoughts drift quietly through the background, appearing, disappearing, without demanding attention, like clouds floating across a peaceful sky. There is no need to follow them, no need to hold on to them. Simply let them pass. Simply let them drift. The night is carrying you gently toward rest, and your mind is gradually becoming quieter, slower, softer, more peaceful. The extraordinary machine inside your head continues its work, creating memories, organizing experiences, preparing dreams, and guiding you gently towards sleep. For now, there is nothing you need to accomplish, nothing you need to solve, nothing you need to remember. Only this moment, only this breath, only this calm journey through the hidden mysteries of the human mind. And now, as the stars continue shining above and the night grows deeper still, let us continue our journey. The night feels peaceful. The world beyond your room has grown distant, and your mind continues drifting through the quiet mysteries of psychology. One fascinating fact is that your brain is constantly searching for balance. Throughout the day, your mind manages countless competing demands. attention and rest, focus and relaxation, curiosity and caution. The brain is always adjusting, always seeking equilibrium. Much like a skilled musician tuning an instrument, tiny corrections happen continuously, helping create stability within a changing world. Another remarkable discovery is that humans naturally create mental maps, not only of places, but of people, experiences, and ideas. The brain organizes information into networks. Connections form between memories, thoughts, emotions, and experiences. This allows one idea to trigger another, one memory to unlock many others. The mind becomes a vast landscape of interconnected pathways, a universe of connections hidden within the brain. Another curious psychological fact is that people often remember beginnings and endings more clearly than the middle. A first impression, a final goodbye, the opening moments of a journey, the last moments of a conversation. These often remain vivid. Psychologists call this the serial position effect. The mind naturally highlights certain moments, helping create structure within memory. Another fascinating discovery is that humans frequently judge experiences based on comparison. A warm day feels warmer after a cold week. A quiet room feels quieter after noise. A success feels larger after struggle. The brain rarely evaluates experiences in isolation. Context matters, perspective matters. Comparison shapes perception, and perception shapes reality. Your brain is also highly sensitive to rhythm, the rhythm of speech, the rhythm of music, the rhythm of footsteps. Even breathing follows natural patterns. Rhythm creates predictability. Predictability creates comfort. This may explain why gentle sounds often feel relaxing. Ocean waves, rainfall, wind through trees, a calm voice speaking slowly in the night. The brain recognizes rhythm and often responds with relaxation. Another remarkable psychological fact is that humans are deeply motivated by progress. Not perfection, progress. A small improvement, a tiny step forward, a little growth over time. These things activate reward systems inside the brain, encouraging continued effort, reminding us that movement matters more than speed. Growth rarely arrives all at once. It arrives gradually, quietly, one small step at a time. Psychologists have also discovered that awe can change perception. Looking at the stars, standing before mountains, watching the ocean stretch toward the horizon. Experiences of awe often make personal worries feel smaller, not because problems disappear, but because perspective expands. The mind briefly recognizes something larger than itself, something vast, something beautiful. And in that moment, many people experience a profound sense of peace. Your brain is also remarkably efficient at learning patterns. Without conscious awareness, it notices repetition, recognizes regularities, and predicts outcomes. This ability helps explain why habits become automatic, why familiar routes require little thought, and why certain behaviors become second nature over time. The brain is always learning, even when you are not actively trying to learn. As you continue listening, notice how calm your breathing has become. Slow, steady, effortless. The day feels far away now. Your thoughts move softly through the background, like distant stars scattered across a peaceful night sky. There is no need to follow them, no need to hold on to them. Simply allow them to drift. Simply allow them to pass. The mind is becoming quieter. The body is becoming heavier. And sleep continues moving gently closer, like a tide returning to shore, like moonlight spreading across a silent landscape, like a dream waiting patiently beyond the horizon. For now, there is only comfort, only stillness, only the gentle rhythm of your breathing. And now, as the night deepens further, the night has become wonderfully still. Your body feels relaxed. Your breathing is slow and effortless. And somewhere beyond conscious awareness, your mind continues its quiet and extraordinary work. One fascinating psychological fact is that humans are natural meaning makers. When events happen, the brain immediately begins searching for significance. Why did this happen? What can I learn from it? How does it fit into my story? This tendency helps create purpose, connection, understanding. The mind rarely enjoys randomness. It prefers patterns, explanations, narratives. And sometimes, the stories we create become just as important as the events themselves. Another remarkable discovery is that people often remember how experiences end more than how they begin. A pleasant ending can improve the memory of an entire experience. A difficult ending can sometimes overshadow many positive moments. Psychologists call this the peak end rule. The mind pays special attention to emotional peaks and final moments. It uses them as shortcuts when evaluating the past, which means that endings carry a special kind of power. They help shape memory, they help shape meaning, and they help shape the stories we tell ourselves. Another curious psychological fact is that your brain constantly predicts what other people are thinking. During conversations, the mind builds models, making guesses, estimating intentions, trying to understand emotions. This ability helps humans cooperate, communicate, and build relationships. It is one of the reasons social interaction feels so natural. Much of the work happens automatically, quietly, without effort. Psychologists have also discovered that gratitude can change what the brain notices. The mind naturally scans for problems, potential threats, unfinished tasks. Yet, gratitude redirects attention toward comfort, toward connection, toward things already going well. This does not ignore challenges. It simply balances awareness, helping the brain notice more than difficulty alone. Another fascinating discovery is that people often become more creative when they allow their minds to wander. During moments of rest, the brain enters what scientists call the default mode network, a state associated with imagination, reflection, and creativity. Ideas connect, memories combine, unexpected insights emerge. Some of humanity's most creative thoughts have appeared during quiet moments. Moments very much like this one. Your brain is also surprisingly sensitive to expectations created by language. The words we hear, the words we read, and the words we tell ourselves all influence perception. Language shapes attention, and attention shapes experience. This is one reason a gentle voice can feel calming, a reassuring phrase can feel comforting, and a hopeful thought can influence an entire evening. Another remarkable psychological fact is that humans are deeply motivated by belonging. Throughout history, survival often depended on cooperation. Being part of a group meant safety, support, protection. As a result, the need for connection became deeply woven into the human mind. Even today, relationships remain among the strongest predictors of happiness and well-being. The brain values connection because connection has always mattered. As you continue listening, notice how peaceful everything feels. The room around you is quiet. Your body feels heavy. Your thoughts feel softer. The day continues drifting farther away. There is nothing you need to remember, nothing you need to accomplish, nothing you need to solve. Only this calm moment, only this gentle journey, only the slow rhythm of your breathing. In and out, slowly, effortlessly, comfortably. And somewhere deep within your extraordinary mind, memories are being organized, experiences are being processed, dreams are beginning to form, preparing quietly in the background, waiting patiently beyond the edge of sleep. And now, as the stars continue shining above and the night grows deeper still, let us continue our journey. The night feels calm and endless. Your breathing is slow, your body is relaxed, and your mind drifts peacefully through the quiet mysteries of human nature. One fascinating psychological fact is that humans are naturally drawn to certainty. The unknown requires energy. It creates questions, possibilities, unanswered thoughts. The brain prefers clarity whenever it can find it. This tendency helped our ancestors survive. Quick decisions often mattered more than perfect decisions. Yet some of life's greatest discoveries emerge from uncertainty, from curiosity, from exploring what is not yet understood. Another remarkable discovery is that people often remember the emotional tone of an experience long after the details have faded. A conversation may be forgotten, specific words may disappear, yet the feeling remains. Warmth, comfort, excitement, peace. The brain stores emotions differently than facts, and sometimes those emotional memories remain with us for years, quietly influencing how we view the world. Another curious psychological fact is that your brain constantly searches for social signals. A smile, a glance, a change in tone, a subtle shift in expression. Humans evolved within groups. Understanding other people became essential. Even today, the brain devotes enormous resources to interpreting social information, often without conscious awareness. Another fascinating discovery is that people frequently underestimate the importance of rest. Modern life often celebrates constant activity, constant productivity, constant motion. Yet the brain performs some of its most important work during periods of rest. Sleep strengthens memories. Restoration supports learning. Recovery improves performance. The mind needs stillness just as much as it needs activity. Perhaps that is why this quiet moment feels so valuable. Psychologists have also discovered that humans are remarkably adaptable. What seems unfamiliar today can become comfortable tomorrow. A new skill, a new place, a new chapter of life. The brain gradually adjusts again and again, helping people navigate change throughout their lives. Adaptation is one of humanity's greatest strengths. Your brain is also deeply influenced by attention. Whatever receives attention often feels larger, more important, more significant. This means attention is valuable. It is one of the most powerful resources the mind possesses. Where attention goes, experience follows. What you focus on often shapes how life feels. Another remarkable psychological fact is that people naturally seek connection, friendship, understanding, belonging. These desires appear across cultures, across generations, across history. Humans thrive when they feel connected, when they feel understood, when they feel accepted. The need for connection is not weakness. It is part of what makes us human. As you continue listening, feel your body becoming heavier, more comfortable, more relaxed. The day is drifting farther away. Its concerns are fading into the distance, like stars disappearing into dawn, like footprints fading from sand. There is nothing you need to carry right now. Nothing you need to finish. Nothing you need to solve. Only rest. Only calm. Only the gentle rhythm of your breathing. Slowly, steadily, peacefully, and somewhere beyond conscious awareness, sleep is moving closer, like a quiet tide, like moonlight spreading across still water, like a dream waiting patiently in the darkness. Your mind knows the way. Your body knows the way. There is no effort required, only trust, only stillness, only peace. And now, as the night grows deeper and the stars continue their silent journey above, the night has become beautifully quiet. Your breathing is calm. Your body feels heavy and relaxed. And somewhere beyond conscious awareness, your mind is preparing for one of its most mysterious activities: dreaming. One fascinating psychological fact is that every night your brain creates entire worlds, places that do not exist, people who have never lived, stories that unfold without planning. Dreams can feel astonishingly real. While they are happening, the mind often accepts them completely. Flying seems normal. Impossible events seem ordinary. The dream world becomes reality, at least for a little while. Psychologists still do not fully understand why dreams exist. Some researchers believe dreams help process emotions. Others believe they help organize memories. Some suggest they allow the brain to simulate situations and practice responses. Whatever their purpose, dreams remain one of the greatest mysteries of the human mind. Another remarkable discovery is that your brain remains highly active during sleep. Many people imagine sleep as a state where the mind shuts down. Yet the opposite is often true. Certain regions become incredibly active. Memories are sorted, experiences are processed, information is organized. The sleeping brain continues working quietly throughout the night, preparing you for the day ahead. Another curious psychological fact is that people often solve problems during sleep. A challenge that feels impossible in the evening may seem much clearer in the morning. This happens because the brain continues processing information even after conscious effort stops. Connections form in the background, ideas combine, solutions emerge. Sometimes the best way to solve a problem is simply to rest. Your mind knows how to keep working while you sleep. Psychologists have also discovered that emotions strongly influence dreams. Periods of stress can create different dream experiences than periods of peace. Excitement, anticipation, hope, anxiety, all can find their way into the stories the brain creates at night. Dreams often reflect emotional themes rather than literal events. They speak a different language, a language of symbols, feelings, and imagination. Another fascinating discovery is that the boundary between waking and sleeping is not always clear. There are moments when dreams begin forming before sleep fully arrives. Images appear, thoughts become less structured, awareness softens. The mind slowly transitions from one state into another. Many people barely notice the moment it happens. One moment they are listening, thinking, resting, and the next, they are asleep. Your brain is also remarkably skilled at creating narratives, even inside dreams. Random information becomes stories. Disconnected images become adventures. The mind naturally seeks meaning, whether awake or asleep. It is always organizing experience into patterns, always creating understanding, always telling stories. Another remarkable psychological fact is that sleep helps regulate emotions. People who sleep well often find it easier to manage stress, maintain perspective, and recover from challenges. Sleep acts like a reset button, giving the brain an opportunity to restore balance, to recover, to heal. It is one of the most important forms of self-care available. And tonight, your mind is gradually moving toward that restoration. As you continue listening, notice how comfortable everything feels. Your body is relaxed. Your thoughts are slowing. The room feels distant, quiet, safe. The day has already begun slipping away. Its concerns are becoming less important. Its noise is fading into silence. There is nothing left to accomplish tonight. Nothing left to prove. Nothing left to solve. Only rest. Only stillness. Only the gentle rhythm of your breathing. And somewhere beyond awareness, dreams are already beginning to gather, patiently waiting, quietly forming, preparing to welcome you into their mysterious world. And now, as sleep draws closer still, let us continue our journey. The night grows deeper. The world outside has become quiet, and your mind drifts gently toward the mysterious border between wakefulness and sleep. One fascinating psychological fact is that your brain never truly stops working. Even during moments of rest, even during sleep, even during dreams. Billions of neurons continue communicating. Signals travel, memories are organized, experiences are processed. The mind remains active in ways we rarely notice. Beneath awareness, an extraordinary amount of activity continues every second. Another remarkable discovery is that the brain often learns from repetition without conscious effort. A melody heard many times, a phrase repeated often, a familiar route traveled every day. Gradually, the mind absorbs patterns, stores information, builds understanding. Learning frequently happens quietly, slowly, almost invisibly. The brain is always adapting, always changing, always growing. Another curious psychological fact is that humans often mistake familiarity for truth. When an idea is repeated frequently, it can begin to feel more believable, not necessarily because it is accurate, but because it feels familiar. Psychologists call this the illusory truth effect. The brain prefers information that feels easy to process, and familiar information is easier to process. This tendency influences opinions, memories, and everyday decisions. Another fascinating discovery is that people tend to remember stories better than facts. Facts provide information. Stories provide meaning. Stories contain emotion, movement, purpose, connection. The brain evolved in a world where stories carried knowledge from one generation to the next. Even today, a meaningful story often remains in memory long after isolated facts have faded. Psychologists have also discovered that the human mind naturally seeks hope. Even in difficult circumstances, people often continue imagining better possibilities, planning for tomorrow, working toward improvement, believing change is possible. Hope helps sustain effort. It helps maintain resilience, and it helps people continue moving forward through uncertainty. Your brain is also deeply influenced by environment. Natural light, fresh air, quiet spaces, comfortable surroundings. These factors subtly affect mood and well-being. The mind and environment constantly interact, each shaping the other. This is one reason peaceful settings often feel restorative. The brain responds to calm. It responds to beauty. It responds to safety. Another remarkable psychological fact is that attention has limits. At any given moment, the world contains far more information than the brain can consciously process. So attention acts like a filter, selecting what seems important, ignoring what seems less relevant. Without this ability, life would become overwhelming. Attention allows the mind to focus, to simplify, to navigate complexity. As you continue listening, notice how little effort is required. Your breathing remains steady. Your body remains relaxed. Your thoughts drift slowly through the background, like distant clouds crossing a moonlit sky. There is nothing to figure out, nothing to understand, nothing to remember. Only rest, only calm, only this gentle journey through the hidden wonders of the mind. And somewhere beyond conscious awareness, sleep is becoming closer. The transition is gradual, natural, effortless. One moment blending softly into the next, like waves reaching a quiet shore, like stars appearing in the evening sky, like dreams gathering just beyond the edge of awareness. Your mind is ready to rest. Your body is ready to rest. And the night is patiently waiting to welcome you. And now, as the silence deepens and your thoughts become softer still, the night feels wonderfully peaceful now. Your breathing is slow. Your body feels comfortably heavy, and your mind drifts quietly through the deeper mysteries of human consciousness. One fascinating psychological fact is that nobody fully understands consciousness. Scientists can observe brain activity, measure electrical signals, track neural pathways, yet the simple experience of awareness remains one of the greatest mysteries in science. Why does experience feel like something? Why do thoughts appear? Why does consciousness exist at all? Despite decades of research, the answers remain incomplete. The human mind continues to hold secrets, even from itself. Another remarkable discovery is that the brain is constantly filtering information. Every second, millions of sensory signals arrive: sounds, sights, sensations, memories, thoughts. Yet only a tiny fraction reaches conscious awareness. Without this filtering system, life would feel overwhelming. The brain protects you by deciding what deserves attention, what can remain in the background, and what can safely be ignored. Another curious psychological fact is that people often create memories for events that never happened exactly as remembered. Memory is not a recording device. It is a reconstruction. Each time a memory is recalled, the brain rebuilds it, adding details, removing details, connecting it with other experiences. This does not make memory unreliable. It makes memory human, flexible, adaptive, alive. Psychologists have also discovered that imagination activates many of the same brain regions as real experiences. When you imagine walking along a beach, certain parts of the brain respond as though the experience were actually happening. When you imagine a peaceful place, the body often becomes calmer, the mind often becomes quieter. Imagination is not merely fantasy. It is one of the brain's most powerful tools. Another fascinating fact is that humans spend a surprising amount of time talking to themselves internally. This inner voice helps organize thoughts, plan actions, solve problems, reflect on experiences. The conversation may become so familiar that we barely notice it, yet it remains one of the defining features of human consciousness. A quiet companion, present throughout life. Your brain is also remarkably skilled at detecting emotional tone. Long before words are fully processed, the mind often recognizes emotion: warmth, kindness, anger, comfort, concern. Humans evolved to understand one another, and emotional communication became one of our most important abilities. Sometimes a tone of voice communicates more than words ever could. Another remarkable psychological discovery is that wonder changes perception. Experiences of awe can expand awareness, slow thoughts, and create feelings of connection. Looking at the stars, watching an ocean horizon, standing beneath towering mountains. These moments remind the brain that reality is larger than daily concerns, larger than routines, larger than worries. And in that expanded perspective, many people find peace. As you continue listening, notice how calm everything feels. Your body is resting, your breathing remains steady, your thoughts move slowly through the background, without urgency, without effort, without demanding attention. Like distant waves moving beneath moonlight, there is nowhere to go, nothing to achieve, nothing to figure out. Only this moment, only this breath, only this quiet journey towards sleep. And somewhere, deep within your extraordinary mind, the transition has already begun. Thoughts are becoming softer, awareness is becoming lighter, dreams are drawing closer, patiently waiting beyond the horizon of sleep. And now, as the night deepens further and the stars continue shining above, the night feels deeper now. The world has grown quiet, and your mind drifts gently through the peaceful mystery of being human. One fascinating psychological fact is that the brain is always changing. Even now, as you listen, as you breathe, as you relax, tiny connections between neurons are strengthening, weakening, reorganizing. The brain is never truly finished, never completely complete. It remains adaptable throughout life, learning, adjusting, growing. This ability is called neuroplasticity, and it is one of the most extraordinary qualities of the human mind. Another remarkable discovery is that humans naturally create mental shortcuts. There is simply too much information for the brain to process every detail, so it simplifies, groups information together, creates categories, builds patterns. These shortcuts save energy. They allow decisions to happen quickly. Most of the time they are helpful, though occasionally they can lead us astray. A reminder that perception is not perfect, but wonderfully efficient. Another curious psychological fact is that people often feel calmer when they believe they have control. Even small choices can create comfort. Choosing where to sit, choosing what to wear, choosing when to rest. The brain values agency, the feeling that our actions matter, that our choices have influence. This sense of control helps reduce stress and increases confidence. Psychologists have also discovered that humans are surprisingly good at detecting authenticity. People often recognize genuine emotions, genuine kindness, genuine warmth, even when they cannot explain exactly how. The brain pays close attention to subtle signals, facial expressions, tone of voice, timing, body language. All of these details combine to create impressions, often below conscious awareness. Another fascinating discovery is that curiosity and fear cannot fully occupy the mind at the same time. When curiosity grows, fear often shrinks. The unknown becomes less threatening and more interesting. This simple shift has helped explorers cross oceans, scientists investigate mysteries, and humans continue learning about the universe. Curiosity transforms uncertainty into possibility. Your brain is also deeply influenced by sleep quality. A well-rested mind processes information differently. Attention improves, memory strengthens, emotions become easier to manage, decision-making becomes clearer. Sleep is not merely rest, It is maintenance, recovery, renewal. The brain understands this instinctively, which is why it gently guides you toward sleep each night. Another remarkable psychological fact is that humans naturally seek meaning during difficult experiences. Challenges often inspire reflection, growth, understanding. The mind tries to transform hardship into wisdom, pain into learning, experience into insight. This ability helps people move forward, helping difficult moments become part of a larger story, a story of resilience, adaptation, and growth. As you continue listening, feel your body becoming even heavier, even more relaxed. The muscles in your face soften. Your shoulders release tension. Your breathing remains slow and steady. The day is almost completely behind you now, its worries fading, its noise disappearing, its demands dissolving into silence. There is only this moment, only this breath, only this calm and peaceful night. Thoughts drift gently through the background, like clouds floating across a moonlit sky. You do not need to follow them. You do not need to hold on to them. Simply allow them to pass. Simply allow yourself to rest. And somewhere beyond awareness, dreams are waiting, quietly forming, patiently gathering, ready to welcome you into sleep. And now, as the night grows quieter still, and your mind becomes softer and calmer, let us continue our journey. The night is very quiet now. Your body feels heavy, your breathing is calm, and your mind drifts peacefully toward rest. One fascinating psychological fact is that the human brain spends much of its time creating predictions. Every second, it estimates what might happen next, what someone may say, what you may see, what you may hear. Reality arrives, and the brain compares it against its prediction. Most of the time, this process happens so smoothly that we never notice it. Yet it helps shape nearly every experience we have. Another remarkable discovery is that humans are naturally drawn towards stories of transformation, growth, change, improvement. The brain loves these narratives because they mirror life itself. Nothing remains exactly the same. People change, circumstances change, understanding changes. And through all those changes, the mind continues adapting, learning, growing. Another curious psychological fact is that people often judge themselves more harshly than they judge others. Mistakes seem larger when they are our own. Flaws seem more visible. Failures seem more significant. Yet when observing other people, we are often far more understanding, far more forgiving. Psychologists suggest that learning to extend some of that same kindness inward can have profound effects on well-being. The mind flourishes when treated with patience, just as people do. Another fascinating discovery is that attention influences memory. Experiences that receive full attention are more likely to be remembered. Moments that pass unnoticed often fade quickly. This means attention is not only shaping the present, it is shaping the future as well. What you notice today may become what you remember tomorrow. Your brain is also remarkably sensitive to beauty, natural landscapes, music, art, symmetry, the night sky. Experiences of beauty activate emotional and reward systems throughout the brain, creating feelings of wonder, connection, and peace. Perhaps beauty exists not only in what we observe, but also in how the mind responds to it. Psychologists have also discovered that humans possess an extraordinary ability to recover after difficulty, Again and again, people face uncertainty, adapt, learn, and continue moving forward. Resilience is not the absence of challenge. It is the ability to continue despite challenge. And the human mind has demonstrated this ability throughout history. Another remarkable psychological fact is that gratitude and worry compete for attention. The mind can focus on many things, but not all things equally. When attention gently shifts toward appreciation, toward comfort, toward simple blessings, the nervous system often responds with calm. A comfortable bed, a peaceful room, a slow breath, a quiet evening. Small things, yet often deeply meaningful. As you continue listening, notice how relaxed your body has become. Your shoulders are soft. Your jaw is relaxed. Your breathing is steady. The day feels distant now, almost like a memory, almost like a dream. Thoughts move slowly through the background, without urgency, without pressure, without needing your attention. The mind is becoming quieter. The body is becoming heavier. And sleep is moving closer. Like moonlight spreading across still water. Like clouds drifting through a silent sky. Like gentle waves reaching the shore. There is nothing left to accomplish tonight. Nothing left to solve. Nothing left to carry. Only rest. Only comfort. Only peace. And somewhere beyond conscious awareness, your extraordinary mind is already preparing for dreams, preparing for recovery, preparing for renewal. And now, as the night grows deeper and sleep draws nearer still, the night has become wonderfully still. The world outside has faded into silence. Your body feels heavy and comfortable, and your mind is gently drifting towards sleep. There is nowhere you need to go now, nothing you need to accomplish, nothing you need to solve. The day is complete, its work is finished, its worries can wait until tomorrow. For now, there is only rest, only peace, only the gentle rhythm of your breathing. In and out, slowly, comfortably, effortlessly. One fascinating truth about the human mind is that it knows how to let go. Not all at once, not suddenly, but gradually, like the setting sun, like waves retreating from the shore, like evening light fading into night. The mind knows how to release the day, thought by thought, moment by moment, breath by breath. As you continue listening, imagine standing beside a calm lake beneath a sky filled with stars. The water is perfectly still. The air is cool and peaceful. The surface of the lake reflects the entire sky above. Thousands of stars, endless darkness, infinite beauty. Everything feels calm. Everything feels safe. Everything feels exactly as it should be. Your mind is like that lake now, the surface becoming smoother, the movement becoming slower, the thoughts becoming quieter. Psychologists often describe relaxation as a shift, a gentle transition from doing to being, from effort to ease, from activity to stillness. And perhaps that shift is happening now. Perhaps you can feel it. The quiet release of tension, the gradual softening of awareness, the gentle invitation of sleep. Another remarkable fact is that the brain heals during rest. Memories settle, experiences organize themselves, emotions find balance. Neural pathways strengthen. The sleeping brain performs countless acts of restoration, quietly, patiently, faithfully, while you dream, while you rest, while you simply let go. Sleep is not the absence of activity. Sleep is one of the most important things the brain ever does. And tonight, your mind is preparing beautifully for it. Imagine now that all the thoughts from today are floating away, one by one, like lanterns drifting into the night sky. A task from earlier, floating away. A conversation from today, floating away. A concern about tomorrow, floating away. A question without an answer, floating away. You do not need to carry them right now. They will still exist tomorrow if they need to. Tonight belongs to rest. Tonight belongs to peace. Tonight belongs to sleep. As your breathing becomes even slower, imagine a gentle moonlight spreading across the landscape around you. Soft silver light, calm and comforting, touching the trees, touching the water, touching the distant hills. Everything becomes quieter beneath its glow. Everything becomes softer. Everything becomes peaceful. And that same peaceful feeling begins spreading through your mind, through your thoughts, through your body, through every breath. You are safe. You are comfortable. You are allowed to rest. The mind understands this. The body understands this. The night understands this. There is nothing left to prove, nothing left to finish, nothing left to become. For this moment, you are enough exactly as you are. Simply breathing, simply existing, simply resting. The stars continue shining above, silent, patient, ancient. The universe continues its endless journey. Galaxies turning slowly through the darkness, planets circling distant suns, light traveling across unimaginable distances. And yet, here in this quiet moment, nothing demands your attention. Nothing requires your effort. Only stillness, only comfort, only the gentle awareness of being alive. Psychologists have discovered that the brain often drifts naturally towards sleep when given safety and calm. And safety surrounds you now. Calm surrounds you now. Rest surrounds you now. Every breath carries you deeper. Every moment carries you farther. Every word becomes softer, more distant, like waves fading into the horizon, like a voice carried gently across a peaceful ocean. There is no need to listen carefully anymore, no need to follow every sentence. You can simply drift, simply float, simply rest. Allow your thoughts to become lighter. Allow your awareness to become softer. Allow sleep to arrive whenever it chooses, naturally, effortlessly, peacefully. The night is holding you gently now. The universe is quiet. The mind is quiet. The body is quiet. And somewhere just beyond awareness, dreams are waiting, patiently, softly, peacefully, ready to welcome you home. And as the stars continue shining above, and the night continues deepening around you, allow yourself to drift, farther, softer, deeper, into comfort, into stillness, into sleep. Good night, and rest. The night is very quiet now, perhaps quieter than it has been all evening. Your breathing is slow, gentle, natural, and your body feels comfortably heavy. The day has drifted far away, its conversations, its responsibilities, its questions, all becoming distant memories, like footprints slowly disappearing from a sandy shore. There is nothing left to think about, nothing left to plan, nothing left to solve. Only rest, only stillness, only peace. Imagine yourself floating beneath a sky filled with countless stars. Above you stretches the infinite universe, calm, silent, endless. Each star shines patiently, without hurry, without effort, without concern, simply existing, simply glowing. And perhaps tonight, you can do the same. There is no need to force sleep, no need to chase it. Sleep arrives naturally, the same way evening becomes night, the same way waves return to the shore, the same way stars appear in the sky, quietly, gently, effortlessly. One fascinating truth about the human mind is that it understands how to rest when given permission. Many people spend their days solving problems, making decisions, carrying responsibilities, thinking constantly. Yet beneath all that activity, the brain longs for moments like this, moments of stillness, moments of peace, moments when nothing is required. And that moment is here now. The universe is asking nothing from you. Tomorrow is asking nothing from you. This night is asking nothing from you. You are allowed to simply rest, allowed to simply breathe, allowed to simply drift. Imagine a calm river flowing through a quiet valley. The water moves slowly, smoothly, without resistance, without struggle. Every thought you have been carrying today can gently float upon that river. A concern, floating away. A responsibility, floating away. A memory, floating away. A plan for tomorrow, floating away. There is no need to hold them. The river carries them effortlessly, leaving behind only stillness, only calm, only quiet. As your breathing becomes slower, notice how relaxed your body feels. Your forehead is smooth, your jaw is relaxed, your shoulders are heavy, your arms are resting, your legs are resting. Every muscle understands that the day is over. Every part of you understands that it is time to rest. The mind is becoming quieter now, thoughts appearing less often, long pauses between them, more silence, more stillness, more peace. And in that growing silence, sleep begins drawing closer. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but gently, like a soft blanket settling around you, like moonlight spreading across a peaceful landscape, like a distant melody slowly fading into the night. The stars continue shining, the universe continues turning, and you continue drifting, farther from wakefulness, farther from effort, farther into rest. Everything is safe. Everything is calm. Everything is exactly as it should be. And now, there is nothing left to do, nothing left to hear, nothing left to follow. Only the gentle rhythm of your breathing, in and out, slowly, softly, peacefully. The night is holding you. The universe is quiet, and sleep is waiting, just ahead, ready whenever you are. Good night, and sweet dreams.